I heard him speak to me, so I know him. He spoke to me in regards to my daughter Victoria. So when we established care here with a pediatrician, they pointed out that she had scoliosis. We had referral to take Victoria to the Children's Hospital here in Utah, Primary Children's Hospital, for a specialist visit in regards to the new diagnosis. And I remember well that it was a Tuesday, and I was just cleaning, going about my day, and I kept thinking about the words of the missionary saying that they believed, they knew that I was ready to ask if the Book of Mormon was true, and I just needed to ask if it was true. And so that night when I went to bed, I prayed, and I asked if the Book of Mormon was true, and I asked if he could please, through the circumstances that we were already in, knowing the new diagnosis for Victoria, if he could make it to where it was the best possible outcome under the circumstances that we were in. And I fell asleep. I didn't think anything of it or about my prayer that morning, just went about my day. We took her to the appointment, and it was a great appointment. They told us that we don't have to worry about it, she's fine. So it was a good visit to the doctor. And when we're driving home from that visit, Ricardo looks over at me and says, "Hey, we haven't stopped at this shopping center since we lived here. Would you like to go?" And I'm like, yeah. And as he's asking me that, I looked forward and I literally heard a voice inside of me say, "Did you get your answer?" I felt him, and I heard the still voice in my head ask me that question. Did you get your answer? And it was overwhelming. You know, I just looked over at Ricardo, and I was just crying and crying. And he says, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I heard him." And he says, "What do you mean?" I said, "I just heard him. He just asked me." And then I remembered my prayer from the night before. So he responded right away for my little girl.